allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank everybody that came tonight for the council meeting. A call to order. First order of business is public announcements. Kennebec Regional Development Authority will hold its annual budget meeting for First Park on Thursday, March 28th at 5 p.m. at the T-Mobile facility at 133 First Park Drive, Oakland. Members of the public are encouraged to attend for the purpose of voting on the annual budget. The second order of business is Main Chambers 2019 Business to Business Showcase is March 28th, 12 to 6 p.m. at Colby College. Per the charter, the town of Fairfield will hold the annual town budget meeting on Wednesday, April 10th at 6:30 p.m. at the Fairfield Community Center. Our second order of business is public hearings, and is to hear from the public on the liquor license application, Class XI Restaurant, submitted by Meridian's Kitchen Bar, 166 Main Street, Fairfield. Number 2 is to hear from the public on special amusement permit application for the purposes of entertainment, music, and dancing, submitted by Meridian's Kitchen Bar, 166 Main Street in Fairfield. 3 is to hear from the public on special amusement permit application for the purposes of entertainment for music and dancing, submitted by the American Legion Post 14, located at 86 Main Street. Number 4 is to hear from the public on a pawnbroker, precious metals, and second-hand dealer application submitted by Fairfield Used Furniture and Pawn, located at 207 Main Street. Number 5 is to hear from the public on the Central Maine ATV Club's ATV access route renewal request along local roads to include the Davis Road, the Gagnon Road, Martin Stream Road, 6 Rod Road, 10 Lots Road, Horn Hill Road, and Bear Mountain Road. The third order of business is public comments. Do we have anybody in the public?
You have to declare the public hearings open for
Okay.
each one of those items.
Sorry.
So you need to open, ask
Okay.
for comment, and then close for each one.
Okay, so we'll have open on that. Any public comments on that? Is that what we're talking about?
So you need to open.
Go ahead.
Each one.
Public hearing for the first one.
Public hearing for the first one.
Yeah.
Are there
Meridian's.
anything that the public would like to say on that? Being none, that's closed. Okay, and the second one is to hear from the public on the special amusement permit application for the purposes of entertainment, the music and dancing, submitted by Meridian's Kitchen Bar at 166 Main Street in Fairfield. Is there anybody that has anything that they want to say about that? Seeing none, it's closed. To hear from the public on the special amusement permit application for the purposes of the entertainment, music, and dancing, submitted by the American Legion Post 14, located at 86 Main Street. Is there anybody that has anything to comment on that? Seeing none, that's closed as well. To hear from the public on the pawnbroker's precious metals and second-hand dealer application submitted by Fairfield Used Furniture and Pawn, located at 207 Main Street in Fairfield. Is there anybody that has anything to say about that? Being none, that matter is closed as well. To hear from the public on the Central Maine ATV Club's ATV Access Road, the renewal request along the local roads to include the Davis Road, Gagnon Road, Martin Stream Road, 6 Rod Road, 10 Lots Road, Horton Hill Road, and Bear Mountain Road. Does anybody have anything to say on that as well? Being none, that matter is closed as well. The third order of business is public comments. Is there anybody in the audience tonight that has anything that they would like to bring to the town council's attention?
Hi, my name is Susan White. I live at 184 Ohio Hill Road, and I want to address the town council again on the noise harassment behavior from the neighbors at 180 Ohio Hill Road, the Mayhew family. This includes the father, the girlfriend, the older son, and the 2 youngest sons. driving modified vehicles to make them as loud as possible. And the new thing is stock cars that are racing around in the backyard. Keep in mind that our homes are only about 40 feet apart. I'm so upset about it, I don't even know how to explain to you. I did bring a drive, I don't see, we should have brought a computer, I guess, so that you could see what is going on. They treat their backyard as though it's Unity Raceway. These kids are getting older. I can't even go to my mailbox and they yell out, "Hey, hey, you." They give me the finger when I'm on my back deck. Quite frankly, I'm thinking this is going to turn into something really bad. I don't know where else to go, who else I should be speaking to. We've called the police many times. They've come. As soon as they come, of course, everything stops. I have a feeling they probably have a police CB or scanner, so they know when we call. So everything ceases to be happening when the police arrive. They do still go in the road with these vehicles. I was told, you can't videotape them. So I've taken a couple of snapshots of these modified vehicles with the stacks, the exhaust coming right off the engine. They're so loud, it sounds like gunshots going off. I've even reached out to the game wardens. There is a law that says you can't modify certain vehicles, which would be snowmobiles and four-wheelers, to sound super loud. But again, if they can't be caught doing it, there's nothing they can do. So I don't know where to go. I don't know where to turn. We can't sit on our back deck, let alone entertain people. We can't even hear conversations sometimes in our own house. My fiance works from home. He can't hear his customers sometimes on the phone. He will probably talk about that to you himself. I don't know. I need help.
Hi, I'm with Susan, and my name's Jeff Moseman. Some of the things I have to say may overlap, Susan, but I just made myself my own notes today to give my feelings. This is loud and excessive noise with intent. In other words, vehicles have been modified for the purpose of being louder. And when that causes harm to others, I think something needs to be addressed. As Susan said, I do work from home, and when they're doing their thing, I can't talk on the phone with my customers, nor can I concentrate on my work. I do remote IT support, and if you've ever tried to work on an IT, a computer problem or program, I liken it to sit in the middle of a raceway and trying to play a game of chess. It's very stressful with that noise. I used to work at a factory, and we had a couple large presses, made quite a bit of noise. The closest house was probably at least 1,000 yards away, and quite a bit further for the next house, but we were not allowed to run that after 4 p.m. or on weekends. About the time people get home from work and people want to enjoy their weekends, they want to listen to that noise. It's the same for us. This is not like kids playing next door that just happen to be louder than you would prefer, nor is it someone running loud equipment for the purpose of trying to make a living. Those types of noise, though they are aggravating, are not being done for the purpose of agitating the neighbors. We are doing what we can to pursue harassment charges. That could take some time to build a case. We are taking the steps that both the council and the police chief have suggested that we do. It is difficult, as Susan said, not supposed to videotape certain people. When you hear the noise, you got to determine, is it the kids that are under 14, because it's illegal to videotape them, and to try and capture the stuff. It's difficult. I feel that the council does empathize with our situation from the last time we were here, and I do appreciate that. I'm grateful for that. I'm hoping we can work together to find a legal and just solution to this issue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you coming in. Are there any other issues that anybody would like to bring up to the town council?
Hi there, George Hofgren from Nice Corner Drive. I'm not usually in time to make public comments, so I guess I am this time?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you guys were talking about something specific. I just want to reiterate a statement I made in council meetings in the past about liquor licenses. I moved into this town about 20 years ago. At the time, there was a fraction of available liquor that there is right now. I understand Meridian's is opening like some sort of an eatery, and I have no problem with that. I think that actually, I think liquor available at Meridian's probably adds to the cultural profile of the town. But if you start in town from the Village Market, which did not originally have alcohol, and work your way into town and then go up towards Circle K where I work, virtually every other business has alcohol for sale. I just think that statistically that's a red flag. And I also sell alcohol to people, so I see how it's really kind of an abuse problem going on right now under the wire in today's society, because young people have learned how to drive safely. They have a designated driver, but people are just basically staying home getting drunk on their phones. And if you know anything of the history of Maine, you know that alcoholism is a real problem. And I think the Fairfield, if it wants to portray itself connected to Waterville and in amongst the local towns as being of a high profile, then I think that's something that should be faced up to, and so that's why I'm saying this right now. I know it's not germane to what's going on tonight, but maybe it can be presented at a planning meeting. I think that someone, ultimately the town, I think someone is responsible for how much alcohol is available, just how facilitative it is to foot traffic in town and people who might have abuse and substance issues. I had some other thing, but I can't remember what it is, so... Oh yeah, I think there's an ATV issue. These guys are going to reinstate their. And this is just a personal thing. I'm not quite as vehement as I am about the alcohol, but I just think that four-wheelers are not really very safe. Ultimately, children kind of idolize them, but when you turn a four-wheeler upside down, the weight of the vehicle and you and everything is basically on a few vertebrae here in your neck, even if you have a helmet on. I just think that it doesn't send a great message to see if there's an ITV route, and I don't know the four-wheelers and the snowmobiler routes as well as one might think I would, but I think that there's enough critical mass amongst that group and collective groups that if they wanted to have an infrastructure throughout the rural parts of the state, they could. I don't think it's necessary to provide them with urban or rural rights of way. So I question that. I understand that it would cause many headaches for people, but you can always walk over my minutes. Yep. Yes. Thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you very much. Yep. Is there anybody else here that has anything that they'd like to address to the town council? Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, folks. So my name is Joshua Sullivan. So just to address the last speaker real quick, I'm one of the co-owners of Meridian's who's applying for the license. So just to address your points real quick, just to clarify, so Meridian's Kitchen and Bar is looking for a liquor license for on-premise consumption, not for off-premise, which means we're not going to be a retailer. As you said, Village Market in Canada and a few other places. So we're not going to be retailing hard liquor. We're going to be serving on-premise as a restaurant and kitchen. You know, we'll be closed at a relatively early hour. You know, we're not looking to contribute to any sort of, you know, delinquency in the town. You know, for 5 years we've run a really respectable establishment, and we continue to do so in our next project. We're in good standing with the town. Everything we're doing is up to code. You know, we've met with Chief Bickford. Everything we're doing is on the level, on the straight and narrow. So we're looking to just continue that, you know, that good reputation we have, and to try and contribute to the draw to Fairfield, to, you know, be a part of the business community, really taking a step forward and try to contribute, not detract from the character and all the assets that Fairfield have. So, anyhow, thanks, folks.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Is there anybody else who'd like to address the town council at this time? We're seeing none. All public comments now are closed. Fourth order of business is reports from the staff and committees. The town manager report, please.
So we've continued to work on various items to prep for town meeting. The town meeting mailer was delivered today. Most folks should have received that. Just so that you're aware, after it was mailed and it was reviewed and read for I don't know how many of times, we did find a couple of mistakes in there for folks. So under article number 3, the amount in the article is correct to raise and appropriate 888,907. However, in the breakdown of what makes up that number, there was a transposition in the administration account. So it had said 701,438 for the department recommendation. That should be 710,438 for administration, and the same with the town council budget. Instead of 401,838, it should have been 710,338. And then the totals for all of them should equal the totals that are in bold. So the department recommendation was 888,507, and then the council and budget committee was 888,907. So it was a transposition error and, quite frankly, a totaling error that didn't get changed from the description from last year. And then Article 34 talks about fixing and setting the rate for taxes and the interest. And the last 2 payments that are listed there, so the 3rd payment in February and the 4th payment in May should say 2020, not 2019.
Okay.
And if anybody finds anything else, please bring it to our attention. We're going to make sure a correction to this gets posted on our Facebook page. We'll stick something out in the office too for folks. But the articles themselves, it's important to remember the articles themselves that we put out were absolutely correct. Those were fine. So
Thank you.
and that's it for me. That's been really inundating all of our time.
And there's nothing in the committees.
There's no committee reports that I'm aware of that I have attended that need to meet. The Economic Community Development Committee will have a booth, as you mentioned earlier, at the B2B tomorrow at Colby.
Right.
So.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
The 5th order of business is to waive the reading of and accept the minutes as printed or amended for meeting 2019-04 held on March 13th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
So everybody in favor of that? That passes. Our 6th order of business is the treasurer's report warrant to approve the treasurer's warrant 57 in the amount of $574,873.66.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Passes. The 7th order of business is to take action on the following items of business. Are we going to do this one by one or by a whole package?
Yeah.
Okay, one by one. So item 19-21, ordered that the town council hereby approves a liquor license application class XI restaurant submitted by Meridian's Kitchen Bar at 166 Main Street in Fairfield.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second, and all those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-20-22, order that the town council hereby approves a special amusement permit application for the purposes of entertainment, music, and dancing submitted by Meridian's Kitchen Bar at 166 Main Street in Fairfield.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. So all those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-23, order that the town council hereby approves a special amusement permit application for the purpose of entertainment, music, and dancing submitted by the American Legion Post 14 located at 86 Main Street.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. So all those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-24, ordered that the town council hereby approves a pawnbroker's precious metals and second-hand dealer application submitted by the Fairfield Used Furniture and Pawn located at 207 Main Street.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, so all those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-25, ordered that the town council hereby approve a renewal request from the Central Maine ATV Club to maintain a ATV access route along local roads to include Davis Road, Gagnon Road, Martin Stream Road, 6 Rod Road, 10 Lots Road, the Horn Hill Road, and Bear Mountain Road. Speed to be set at 25 miles per hour, and date range to be set at the direction of the manager and public works related to the posted road and spring conditions to minimize the road and shoulder damage.
So moved.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-26, ordered that the town council hereby confirms that the town manager's appointment of Nolan Allen as reserve police officer for the remainder of the one-year term to expire on the date and time of the town council organization meeting in January of 2020.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion is passed. Item 19-27, ordered that the town council hereby appoints Greg Lambert, 3-year term as a member of the Board of Appeals for voter registration.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Item 19-28, ordered that the town council hereby adopts an update of the Town of Fairfield Town Council Administration Policies, a DMA fee schedule to include trash tickets per 30-gallon bag of $1.75.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those that are in favor of that, the motion passes. Our 8th order of business is council workshop and other businesses. And discuss other council businesses as well. Does anybody, Peter, do you have anything that you'd like to discuss tonight?
We just received something in a packet about Somerset County budget meeting. That's next week. April 3rd, Wednesday in Skowhegan. And also too, just watch out, there's, since it's springtime, Public Works will be out there to clean the roads. And also to watch for citizens crossing the road, because since the winter has taken away the cross signs, they just be curious of people crossing the road.
Good idea. Courtney, you have anything that you'd like to say?
Nope, nothing for me tonight.
John?
Oh, good right now.
I don't have anything either, so that's done. So the next regular meeting of the Fairfield Town Council will be on Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. Do we have a motion to recess and sign all documents?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, so we are in recess.
Why I said about being cautious to cross the road.